Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So truth be told, I have been under the weather like crazy the last few days. I just haven't been myself, and started on, let's see, Sunday, and today is Tuesday, and it was just kind of like starting with like nausea and just really tired, and then the next few days progress and it's just been like full out stomach bug or something. I don't know if I got food poisoning or what, but I don't want to keep talking about my woes. I'm sort of on the mends today, so I still feel like I look a little pale. I did a deep pore cleanse and scrub and all that kind of good stuff over the last few days just to try to like make myself feel better. But literally for 2 days I was out of commission, in bed, not wanting to do anything. So it sucked. But the good thing that came about over the last 2 days was I received my Anastasia Beverly Norvina Palette. And unless you live under a rock, you know that Norvina is Anastasia Beverly's daughter, and that she is a big time creator for Anastasia brand, and this is her own palette that she chose, she created, put together. And I have not used the palette itself, but I have done some swatches just because I was really curious and I couldn't wait. But these are what the colors look like, and it is just so beautiful. I love the color scheme of this. I love kind of like the muted warm tones and even some cool undertones. I love the idea of having a row of matte and a row of foiled and like glitter based shadows. I don't really trust all the reviews that I see on YouTube with the big YouTube personalities, because I really don't know who's sponsored, who's not, who's friends with her, who's not friends with her. You know what I mean? Like, it's just hard to feel like you get a genuine approach to the palette. And then sometimes too, I think for shock value, a lot of people will diss and dismiss products, and then they end up being really good products. So for me, I'm just gonna be real. I don't get sponsored. I don't receive PR. I'm a very small channel just starting out, so I don't know if that's good or bad. But you know, I haven't reached that level yet of any type of success, and truthfully I want to in a way, but I don't, because I like the idea that I put my money into what I buy, and that if I do receive samples or things like that, it's usually through passing artists that I meet, you know, within the trade, or I'll receive samples, you know, from the Sephora gift box that I get every month, Sephora Play, you know, or just samples I get for earning points. It's just some type of a gratification of knowing that, like, you know, my money is well spent and I'm getting a little gift in return. So a lot of the times I'm not the latest and greatest product channel. I'm not the first to the game, but I do come out swinging at the end. So I like to make that point clear. So without any further ado, let's get into a tutorial, and it is going to be a true get ready with me because I have not tried this. I haven't even used the brush that it came with. Yeah, I don't even know what kind of a look I want to go for. I just know I have to get my hands into this, because being sick the last few days and unable to like touch and play with anything was just like, I was going crazy. And truthfully, guys, I'm not the type of person that gets sick easily. Number one, you guys know I have anxiety. So really quick too, before I go into talking, I'm gonna just kind of show you some products that I do, and then I'll talk more in depth with Norvina palette, but I'll just kind of lift them up so you see what I'm putting on. But anyway, yeah, you know, if you're new to my channel, I do struggle a lot with anxiety, and I feel like a lot of YouTube people do now, and I don't know if anyone has been clinically diagnosed. I know I have been, and I'm very open and honest about that. I've had my struggles with anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and I have been, you know, actually diagnosed with having an anxiety disorder, and I'm okay with that because I don't like the word disorder. I think it makes you feel like you're less than, and so many people struggle, so why should I feel like it's a disorder? It's just something that is like an extra hurdle, and I'm gonna have to overcome it. But I believe in coming out on top and coming out swinging, so there's hope. Anyway, with that being said, having anxiety sometimes can be a total bitch, you know, but especially when you're sick and you're like immobile. Because I pride myself in just being busy and going, having 2 kids, school, I go to the gym, I run my errands, I go to work. So it's hard for me when I am home and I'm literally like sick where I can't get out of bed. And that's how I felt the last 2 days, just on and off, fever, chills, like high fever, you know, stomach issues, whatever, but just feeling like stuck there. I hate that feeling. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like, number one, there's 100 other things I want to do with my day, and that's just like obvious, right? But then there's the fact that like my mind circles and goes, and I hate when I start to feel like my mind is just swirling around, because I just feel like I'm not achieving anything. I'm not getting anything done when I'm sick. And I don't take the time to actually look at myself and say, Nicole, you don't feel good. Just chill, right? I just feel like I always have to be going. So it's, you know, it's a blessing and a curse, because anxiety keeps you on your toes and it keeps you busy. I think it keeps your creative juices like constantly flowing, but in a downside to that, you know, you don't know how to rest, and you don't know how to just like give in and listen to your body. And that's not a good thing. You know, people need to learn how to slow down and appreciate the moment and allow their body to recover if they have to. And I'm just very bad about that, and be the first person to admit it, guys. So yeah, but I just haven't been feeling the greatest, and it stinks because my son just started school, and normally I'm like so go with the kids, and I like barely got out of bed the morning that he started, and I usually make like a big breakfast and just a big thing for him. And you know, granted, he's in 3rd grade now and he's getting older, but I just felt like a lot of mom guilt. I don't know if there's any moms out there watching that ever get that. I just felt like really bad, and like every year, I know it sounds ridiculous to some people, but every year since he's started school, I've like, when he comes home, had like a little goodie for him, or a balloon, or, you know, just made him a favorite snack, anything, and I just didn't do it this year. And I felt like the worst mom ever, and I really didn't think he would care, because boys, you know, they just do their thing, they're busy, they don't really like talk much about what they want, what they feel, at least mine don't. And I didn't think it would be a big deal, but he remembered, and he's like, Mom, do you like want to surprise me or something? And I felt so bad. I was a little upset with him that he expected something, because I don't want my kids to think like life is all about gifts, you know, and to react that way. But at the same time, I could understand too, because every year I've done something for him, and this year I didn't, and I was like, oh my God, Nicole, he remembered, he called you out on it. But anyway, it's hard. And you know what, it also reminded me too that like sometimes you can go above and beyond for your kids, but sometimes, you know, you just have to be realistic. And we were tight, money was tight, and I had been under the weather, wasn't really able to get out and do what I wanted to do. And, you know, it was a good lesson for my son to realize that, you know, you can't always expect things or get every little thing that you want. But it was a good lesson for me to just be a little bit more humble, and that my kids appreciate what I do. They look forward to the little things that I've done for them. But it, you know, it's hard. Every year things change. I learn new things about my kids. I learn new things about being a mom. Probably 100 times a year, I think I'm doing everything wrong and I diss myself. And then, you know, I look at my children and the way that they talk about others and the way they treat others in such a kind way. And I'm like, you know what? I may make mistakes from time to time, but my kids are pretty damn cool, you know? And the other day, they were talking in school, I guess, just about kindness and, you know, getting to know one another, getting to respect one another. And, you know, my son and I were talking, and I was talking about like just in general about bullying and kindness and treating each other with respect. And he was like, Mom, I would never bully anyone. Like, other people deserve to be happy too. And I want to make people happy. I don't want to make them hurt and sad. And to hear my son at like 8 years old talking like that was just so cool and just so beautiful. Like, to know this is how my kid views, you know, bullying, and this is how he views his peers. And he really is a genuine soul. He's an old soul in many ways, because he loves classic rock, he loves metal, he loves like 90s movies. Like, he's just a fun kid. And granted, you know, I'm probably going on and on. You guys are like, stop talking about your kid, we get it. But he's just a really good kid, and I'm proud of that, you know, because for all the mistakes and things that I have done in my lifetime and lessons that I've had to learn the hard way, just seeing my son turn into this beautiful little human being is just really a great feeling. So I'm using my Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder for underneath my eyes. I'm just gonna go through one more time, make sure it's nice and blended, since I'm getting a little creasing. I think just because my eyes are so puffy still. But yeah, I saw, if you guys watch the Huda Beauty show on Facebook, the Huda Boss, I love watching her and her sisters and just the whole dynamic. And I know like it was a kind of like juicy season, if you will, because people saw a little bit more of like an emotional, bossy side of Huda. But I think that was the whole point, truthfully. I think that was kind of how the script was supposed to play out, because she is the boss and she is trying to build, you know, a multi-million-dollar company and become one of like the biggest beauty brands. So I think that was the point, was to kind of show her in that like Kimora Lee Simmons type vibe. But at the same time, like, I feel like a lot of fans were turned off by it. So I don't know. I try not to like buy into every little thing, because I feel like so much is like put on for reality TV, and I don't want to be the person sitting there like judging these people if it's really just kind of how the producers and the writers played it out. With that being said, moving on, we are going to go into this Norvina palette. So obviously, like I said, you have a row of beautiful like foils and shimmers, and then you have a row on the bottom of mattes. You have a mirror, which is awesome, and then of course you have a dual-sided brush, one side which looks like your basic kind of shadow smudge brush, and then the other side which is more of your detailing crease brush. It's quite packed and stiff, so it's not super fluffy. I like a fluffy brush personally to apply. And the only thing I've noticed with the Anastasia brushes, especially the ones in the palette, is they are a little chintzy as far as like the ferrules and stuff. I feel like they have that feeling like e.l.f. where you love the brush and it works well, but you feel like it's gonna break apart on you any day. So that part I don't like about it. I'm gonna be real right off the bat. Sorry, Norvina, I love you, I follow you, don't like hate me for that, but I just don't like that part about the brushes. But with that being said, the actual feeling and texture of the brush is great. I will say this is an Anastasia A12, I believe. Once you wash them, they do tend to kind of shed a little bit, and they don't really shape as nicely as when you first get them. So that's kind of like, you know, not the greatest for me. But I'm gonna start with the color base, and I actually think I'm gonna work with just the shadows today. I used quite a bit of concealer, so I don't wanna do primer. But first off the bat, popped my brush into base. There's a ton of fallout, and I did see that about this palette and about their shadows in general. I had the same problem with Modern Renaissance, which is one of my favorite palettes, but the fallout is insane. And the thing is, I'm okay with it. I've said it in the past. If the quality of the shadows are good and the blending power is good, I can handle it. If it's not, then I'm gonna be an angry, cranky bitch. So that part of it, not bothering me so far, but I wanna see how the other colors perform. So I would like to go in to almost like a mauvey feel today. I don't know. I think I want to use, let's see what volatile, that's really dark. Okay, Soul is really pretty. Maybe we'll go into Soul and do like a really pretty celestial soul vibe, and incense. Yeah, let's do that. All right, I'm gonna pop my brush into incense on an A12, tap it out. There's a lot of color payoff with this, but it is, like I said, super duper fallout loose shadows. Like you literally pop your brush in and it's just all over the place. Now I'm actually going to hop into the brush that came in the palette, and I want to use this fluffier side with the color Soul. And this is the color that I was like really excited to try because I've been dying for a color like this. And hopefully mixing it on top of incense will give us a little bit more of a pop, because I've heard this color takes a little bit to work in and get going. But I don't hate it. There's just literally a shit ton of fallout, guys. Oh my god. All right, so I like that brush. I feel like I need something a little bit more to get into the crease, so I'm going to try a Morphe 441 with that same color Soul and just try to dig into the crease here, but also blend it up into incense. I want to use a smaller, more defining brush to go into the color Love. And with Love now, I want to kind of come in right at the top of Soul and just kind of blur this color out a little bit. You do not need to press hard into these shadows, you guys. I'm telling you, like the tiniest little press of color and you're like, bam. I want to take this color Drama, which is up on the top. This is a frosted tone and it's really nice and rich, and I want to kind of work that into the outside corner of my lid using the brush that comes with the palette. And the reason I want to use this is because it is an eyeshadow brush, but it's not like a full flat brush, not super like synthetic concealer. And so we can get a softer look on the outside corner, but still get that kind of smokiness we want with it. So I'm going to take a Morphe G15 with a little bit of Fix Plus and grab the color Celestial and work that onto my eyelid. Okay, I thought I would get more payoff with this color. I feel like it wants to get on my lid, but it's kind of like not sure. Wonder if a primer might work better for it, but it's a little late to worry about that now. I think the color is beautiful, especially in the pan. It's really, really pretty. I'm just surprised that it didn't go on as easily as it looks. Let me try my finger. Sometimes you can get better. All right, so my finger is working a little better to apply it. And I find the same thing with a lot of Huda Beauty shadows. Like, I love Huda's palettes, but sometimes they feel really chalky and you have to really work them in with your finger and emulsify the color and warm it up in order to get it to where you want. And what I'm noticing is the mixture of Drama and Soul has created a very dark crease color, which I'm not really happy about. I wanted Soul to like day this awesome kind of like purple, gray, storm color, and now I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know, it's turning a little bit. Could be my lighting, we'll see. But I'm working Soul back in to my crease and also onto the outside corner of my lid. Maybe it was just the color Drama that I didn't like with it. I don't know. Okay, let's go back into Love. I want to try to blend out a little bit more here. I feel very like 80s Cyndi Lauper gem with these colors on. Now I'm going to go ahead and do contour off camera since you guys have seen that quite a bit, and we're really today the focus is this eyeshadow palette and a little bit of chit chat. So I'm going to do that really quick off camera, and then we'll come back and finish the eye look together. Okay guys, so my contour and my bronzer are on and set. I want to finish up this eye look. So to do that, I want to go back into the palette, and I'm going to grab, let's see, this is an IT Cosmetics smudge liner brush, and I'm gonna try to go back into the color Soul. And actually, before I do that, I wanna take Volatile, which is a really kind of deep, rich, taupey brown. And I wanna apply that first. Yeah, that looks better. And I'm gonna try to smoke out the lower lash line a bit. Grab this little smudge brush from Anastasia and take the color Love and bring that down lower to really try to soften this look a little bit. Now there's this really pretty color Dreamer, and I want to take just a regular IT Cosmetics shadow brush and pop that right into the high point of the brow bone. I'm going to take a pop of Wild Child and just pop that in the center of my lid, just to give a little bit more, yeah. That gives like a little bit more life, I think, to the lid color. Because Celestial just wasn't enough. It like wasn't doing it for me. Hopping back into my Morphe palette, this is the Highlight and Contour 9C. And I want to take a mixture of these kind of yellowish tones here and a pop of this pink. And I like to apply these under my eyes and on the high point of my cheekbone just to brighten and really give my eyes a very awakened, luminous finish, because I feel like being sick, having slept so much, I'm just still looking so drab and tired, and I feel like I need a little boost. Now for blush today, I want to go into my BH palette, and I want to pick definitely this really pretty kind of magenta pink, and I want to mix it with these softer pinks. I love this BH palette, it's so pretty. All right, so I definitely need to do some type of a liner for this look, and I actually feel like I might want to do, crazy enough, a gel liner today. I have this Inglot 77 gel black liner, and I feel like I need a strong liquid liner for this type of a look. So I'm gonna see how it goes, work with this a little bit, and just give it a whirl. All right, now I'm going to try to finish it off with some Stila Stay All Day liquid liner. While my liquid liner is drying, I'm going to go back into that color Dreamer, and this is just a small detailing brush, and I want to pop that on the inside corner just to give it a little bit of a glow. All right, using my Universal Taupe Brow Power Pencil from IT Cosmetics, I'm going to start coming in and just kind of creating some hair strokes. And I want to shape out my lower portion of my brow. Now I'm going to brush the hair down. And I want to start coming in on top now and just creating some hair strokes. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my Flutter to Full mascara. This is my Clinique Lash Power, and I definitely wanna use this lengthening side to try to build some length, give myself some lashes, because honey, I need it today. So let's get Soft Spoken from NYX Cosmetics, and I'm gonna line with this, and then I think I'm just gonna do like a pinky gloss in the middle. And the reason I left the center open is because I am going in with like a hot pink, and this is Vivid Hot Lacquer from Maybelline in the color Too Cute, and this is like super bubblegummy. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Stila Glitter and Glow Rose Gold and add this to the look. I feel like I still need a little extra pop of something that I am like not getting from the shadows. And I know there's a rose gold in this Norvina palette, but I feel like I still need a little something. I don't know, just a little pop of life, because I'm just not getting that true glittery frosty lid that I thought I was gonna get. Like, Celestial is such a pretty color in the pan, and I just feel like I wanted that oomph and that, I don't know, just that glow and that glitter to come out and come through, and it just wasn't happening. So I feel like adding this little bit of glitter shadow is gonna give it a little extra bang and a whole lot of buck maybe. Or maybe a little buck and a whole lot of bang. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with anything today. But I do know it's time to fix plus and get this look finished. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, and somehow at the end of the tutorial I just kind of like lost my jam. I felt like I was getting frustrated. I wasn't sure where the look was going. I wasn't getting the color payoff I wanted. My brows were not working today. Like, it was just one of those days where I felt like, why did I film a tutorial? I should have planned this better. I was trying to get you guys the benefit of the doubt and do like a true like first time reveal Norvina palette. And I'm just kind of like, I was mad at myself. I was like, oh my God, Nicole, like you're still not 100%. You're still trying to like push it, trying to be like full glam today. And I still feel like, so I don't know, but overall, I actually don't mind the look now that it's all kind of come together. What I am disappointed at, I have to be honest, because I really, really want to love this palette. The fallout is definitely immense on this. And Modern Renaissance is very similar. I have a lot of the same problems. The difference with Modern Renaissance is the colors really, truly blend and pay off. You get so much pigment with them. With that being said, I definitely think I have a lot of pigment with this, and I definitely like the way they're blending so far. They are a little bit more sheer than Modern Renaissance. So I felt like I had to work a little bit longer, a little bit harder to get the payoff that I wanted with these matte colors. Also, with the color Celestial, it is such a gorgeous color in this palette, this beautiful purple, and I wanted it to appear that way on me. So I'm gonna try doing it with primer and also maybe like a cut crease and see if it comes on better with something tacky underneath. But overall, using it with just some Fix Plus, I wasn't getting that color payoff, and I felt like I still needed something more. So I popped Wild Child on there, which did okay, but then to truly glow and glisten the look, I went in with my Stila Liquid Rose Gold Shadow. So the fact that I had to go to extra hoops, I don't mind doing because I love makeup, but I wanted to get it from this kind of a palette, you know, and I felt that way with the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette as well, that it was a little chalky, a little ashy and dry feeling, but I do still love this palette. Truthfully, I love the color scheme. I think if they worked on the actual like pigmentation a little bit and just the overall texture of the shadows, I think it has a potential to be an awesome, awesome palette. I like Modern Renaissance better as far as the payoff of the color, but I like the colors themselves better in this palette because this is more my style. I prefer like cooler tones and more kind of fall-esque vibes. I mean, I love the warm tone look, but I kind of get bored with it sometimes. So that's just me. But I do overall love it. I just think for the price of this palette and the fact that you can get a Juvia's palette with the same amount of fallout, if not less, and get it for half the price and get way better pigmentation, that's where I'm like, okay, I love you guys, Anastasia, but this is not worth the $40 to me personally. Anyway, that's just my honest, open opinion. You can like it, you can leave it. It's up to you guys. But I do overall enjoy the palette, and I will use it again because the colors, like I say, are gorgeous. I just know I have to give myself more time, plan it out a little bit. But overall, I do like the completed look, and I hope that you guys do too. And hopefully I did not ramble on like I feel like I did, but I am kind of still out of sorts, trying to get back into the swing of things. I wanted to film for you guys because I know I haven't posted in a little while. And I will link product information down below. And I'm feeling my Huda Beauty though, loving my foundation, loving my Easy Bake. My concealer is working great, but I just feel like I'm tired, and that's why I still look like I have darkness under my eyes because I'm just not quite 100%. And I'm probably gonna go have a cup of tea or decaf coffee right now, just to give me a little something. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, thank you so much for watching. Look down below for, again, product information, my social media, and until next time, I'll see you guys again really soon.